Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best musical songs to add to your playlist when you're in the mood for some serious emotional release. In some cases, major plot points will be discussed, so this is your spoiler warning.
Do it just as loudly as you can. Stick it to the man.
Number 10. I'd Rather Be Me, Mean Girls. Remember those days of teenage angst-fueled sweet revenge fantasies? How about when you decided it's way more satisfying to stick it to a broken system?
I won't twist in knots to join your game. I will say you make me mad, and if you treat me bad, I'll say you're bad.
This song comes in just after that moment, where Janice reveals what she, Katie, and Damien did to Regina. She has this moment of clarity. Being an outsider isn't so bad if it means staying true to yourself.
So here's my right finger to how girls should behave. 'Cause sometimes what's meant to break you makes you brave.
She calls out how girls are pushed to be catty and undermine each other just to uphold a system built to keep them down. Sure, we all want to fit in, but is it really worth losing everything that makes you, well, you? We raise our right finger to that.
I'd rather be me. I'd rather be me. I'd rather be me than be with you.
Number 9. Rose's Turn, Gypsy. This song essentially follows Rose's emotional breakdown.
Why did I do it? Why did it get me? Scrapbooks full of me in the background.
After years of putting everyone else's dreams first, she finally snaps. Dedicating her life to her kids and their success, she must finally confront her failure to achieve her own desires.
And if it wasn't for me, then where would you be, Miss Gypsy Rose?
In this song, she lets it all out. The frustration, anger, and everything else she's kept bottled up. It's her moment to claim something for herself and step into the spotlight.
Oh, someone tell me, when is it my turn? Don't I get a dream for myself? Starting now is gonna be my turn. Gangway world, get off of my runways.
If a tantrum were a song, this would be it, but it's way more intense than that. By the time she hits the final note, we're covered in chills. You can't help but feel the weight of everything she's been holding in. Number 8. Wait for Me, Hadestown. You know that feeling when you're chasing something you want so badly even when the odds are stacked against you? Maybe it's fixing a relationship, going after a dream, or just holding on to hope when everything feels like it's falling apart.
Wait for me, I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming with you.
Orpheus is determined to bring Eurydice back from the underworld, even if it means going up against Hades himself. Every note of Wait for Me is packed with emotional intensity, longing, tension, and the immense weight of his mission.
Who do you think you are? Who are you to think that you can walk a road that no one ever walked before?
We've all been there in some way, giving it everything despite the risks. The reprise hits even harder, capturing that gut-wrenching regret when all the hope and dreams crash into reality.
I hear the road showing, echoing our song. I'm coming.
Number 7. Good for You, Dear Evan Hansen. This is the moment when the burden of Evan's lies feels heavier than ever, and the voices of his mother and peers force him to confront his deception.
Does it cross your mind to be slightly sorry? Do you even care that you might be wrong?
It captures that spiral of knowing you've messed up but still trying to convince yourself everything's fine. It's that pressure of hiding your truth while falling apart inside.
I'll just sit back while you're on the show. Try to hold the rails and floats on track. I gotta find a way to stop it, just let me out.
So you got what you always wanted. So you got your dream.
The voices in Evan's mind are harsh, and while we might not agree with all his actions, we all know that inner critic, the one that tells you you're not good enough, that you've made all the wrong choices, and that you're an imposter. We don't condone all of Evan's choices throughout the show, but his inner turmoil is totally relatable.
Good for you. Good for you. So you got what you always wanted.
Number 6. Gethsemane, I Only Want to Say, Jesus Christ Superstar. If we were ranking by level of angst, this song would take the crown.
Take this cup away from me, for I don't want to taste its poison.
While most of our picks feel like they're carrying the weight of the world, in this case, it's actually true. In this song, Jesus faces the inevitability of his looming death.
Have to see, I'd have to see my Lord. If I die, what will be my reward? If I die, what will be my reward? Have to know, I'd have to know my Lord.
He essentially goes through all the stages of grief, questioning if he has the strength to follow through. Torn between his human instinct to avoid suffering and accepting his fate, the emotional tug-of-war is palpable.
Show me there's a reason for you wanting me to die. You're far too keen on where and how and not so hard on why.
While his divine purpose might not be something we can fully relate to, the choice between running from pain or facing it, yeah, we get that. The deep anguish in this song is haunting.
Now, before I change my mind.
Number 5. Superboy and the Invisible Girl, Next to Normal. A show about a family dealing with mental illness, grief, and its toll is bound to be full of angst.
Son of steel and daughter of air. He's a hero, a lover, a prince. She's not there.
I'm Alive captures the desperation of feeling something between pain and numbness, while You Don't Know and I Am the One express emotional outbursts driven by frustration, isolation, and a need to be understood. Then there's Superboy and the Invisible Girl, where Natalie sings about living in the shadows of a sibling. Even though Gabe is long gone, she still feels overlooked, and like she'll never measure up in her mother's eyes.
He's the one you wish would appear. He's your hero, forever your son. He's not here, I am here.
All she wants is to be more than just a side character in her own family. Honestly, it's a lot.
Here she is, clear as the day. Please look closely and find her before she fades away.
Number 4. Dead Girl Walking, Heathers the Musical. In a show with a line like,
Dear Diary, my teenage angst has a body count.
it's safe to say you're getting a full-on soundtrack of angst. From Freeze Your Brain to 17 to I Say No, it's like a trip down memory lane of teenage turmoil. However, we'd say the angst really hits the fan after Veronica stands up to Heather Chandler and faces social ostracization.
The demon queen of high school has secreted. She says Monday at a.m. I'll be deleted.
She realizes that being popular isn't as beautiful as it looks, so she says screw this to high school drama and throws caution to the wind.
So the world's unfair, keep it locked out there. In here it's beautiful. Let's make this beautiful.
Caught between wanting to break free and just feel something, anything, she throws herself into a rush of emotions that are both thrilling and scary. Number 3. One Song Glory, Rent. Rent is about survival, love, loss, and the struggle to find meaning in a world that's a hot mess.
How do you leave the past behind when it keeps finding ways to get to your heart? It reaches way down deep and tears you inside out till you're torn apart. Rent!
That's clear from the jump with songs like the title track and What You Own, where Mark and Roger grapple with their purpose. In between, there's One Song Glory, where Roger feels the overwhelming pressure to make a mark on the world before his time runs out.
One song before I go, glory. One song to leave behind.
He knows that no day but today is guaranteed, yet he's trapped in this loop of fear, regret, and the nagging thought that he'll never get it right. Who can't relate to wanting to make a difference but feeling completely stuck on how to even begin?
Glory like a sunset, one song to redeem this empty life.
Number 2, Stick It to the Man, School of Rock. What's rock really about?
It's called the way outside the line. Go off the square to one's alive. They hate it, they can take a hike.
And do it just as loudly as you can.
Stick it to the man.
Yes, if you've ever been fed up with the world trying to shove you into its neat little boxes, it's about sticking it to the man. Why settle for sitting in silence when you can flip the tables, chairs, and whatever else is in your way?
When the way you're treated has got you good and pissed, there's been one solution since the world began. Don't just sit and take it, stick it to the man.
Dewey, aka Mr. Schneebly, shows these kids that life isn't always fair, but that doesn't mean you have to accept it. Sure, Dewey's got questionable intentions, but he shows these kids how to light their rebellious fire and make some much-needed noise.
Walk the house and make a scene and crank the ends to 17. Scream until their ears are shot. They all can kiss and you know what? Do everything they ever tried to ban.
When life's got you down, rocking out to this song will energize you to stick it to the man.
Stick it to the man. Stick it to the man. Stick it to the man. Stick it to the man.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Burn, Hamilton, because it's way safer to sing about burning your past.
The world has no right to my heart. The world has no place in our bed. They don't get to know what I said. I'm burning the memories.
On My Own, Les Miserables, the definitive anthem of unrequited love. Yes, we said it.
Without him, the world around me changes. The trees are barren everywhere. The streets are full of strangers.
Diva's Lament, Spamalot, the song every spurned or overlooked person needs on their playlist.
I've been off stage for far too long. It's ages since I've had a song.
Why? Tick Tick Boom. Need a song for your existential crisis? Here it is.
I made a vow. I wonder now, am I cut out to spend my time this way?
No Good Deed, Wicked, for when it feels like the world is against you. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. No Skips Angst, Spring Awakening. This show could practically be titled Teen Angst the Musical, so it would be impossible to choose just one song to focus on.
It's the bench of living. Bench. With nothing going on. Nothing going on. Just the bench of living. Ask what went wrong.
It's about those growing pains, sexual awakenings, rebellion, and trying to figure out why the world is so messed up. Set in a repressive society, the characters are basically screaming inside, and sometimes outside, for more freedom over their lives, bodies, and feelings.
Mama who bore me, Mama who gave me no way to handle things.
Each song just amplifies their frustration, confusion, and desperation as they try to make sense of it all while the adults fear the changing times. It's basically a battle to have their voices heard in a world that just wants them to shut up and fall in line. What other show tunes do you have on your angstiest playlists? Let us know in the comments.
So raise it high, 'cause playing nice and shy is insulting.
you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.